The Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund, CVFF, is a mandatory 2% contribution from ship owners operating in Nigeria's coastal and inland waterways, specifically designed to empower Nigerian operators with low-interest loans for acquiring vessels to foster local participation in maritime trade. For over 2 decades, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency NIMASA and its supervising ministry have repeatedly assured Nigerians that the CVFF remains intact, but these reassurances ring hollow as the disbursement promises has failed no fewer than 45 times without an explanation or apology. The inability of Nigerian shipping companies to access the CVFF has left them at the mercy of foreign operators who dominate Nigeria's coastal trade with impunity. The Cabotage Act of 2003 was meant to reserve this space for Nigerians, yet today, local operators are reduced to spectators in their own waters, unable to compete with better-equipped foreign rivals. Looking at this dire situation, the question that begs for answers are how much money has accrued into the CVFF account, what has been done with the funds over the last 21 years, and most importantly, when will this fund be finally disbursed?
I assume so, because there must be a problem. Something is stagnating them. I knew that was a problem, because you cannot disburse that fund in line with the guideline, because the guideline goes against the Financial Industry Act. So you can't disburse it. Who's going to do the risk assessment? You cannot tell the bank to do the risk assessment. You can do the risk assessments. You cannot, as an agency, do the risk assessment on behalf of the bank and then give it to the bank and tell the bank who's only contributing 35% to take 100% of the risk. We should stop living in cloud cuckoo land. Even if you brought $500 million of CVFF today, it can't do anything to our shipping industry, because really and truly, vessels are not cheap. They're not cheap at all. So effectively, is that what we need to do is to find an alternative. How can we use the CVFF as a means to raise an additional funding? So let's say, for instance, we put in 30%. How can we get an additional 70% funding? We should be using the CVFF as an equity contribution, not as a money to go and borrow 100%. How many ship owners can you satisfy? We have the offshore supply side. We have the supply boat side. We have the tanker side. We have the dry cargo side. How many vessels can you fund with that? Our industry cannot pick up with that.
NIMASA and the ministry must set a definite timeline for the disbursement of the CVFF with clear guidelines and accountability mechanism, as it is a symbol of hope for Nigeria's maritime future. Holding it is to crush the dreams of Nigerian ship owners and undermine the nation's economic sovereignty. In Lagos, for News Central, Nneoma Obi-Asualo.